Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. This is Mahabub Alum Bachu, lecturer in English, morning shift, Will's Little Flower School and College. Dear learners, in my first paper class, I focused on Unit 3, Lesson 3, and the topic was I have a dream. Today, I am also going to focus on the same topic because it's a very important lesson, and I think you have to go through the all lines of this very lesson. Okay. So before going to my formal class, I would like to welcome all of you on my online live class. So, dear learners, I would like to go through the text. So, it is called discussion from the EFT. You look at the screen, discussion from English for today. So our today's topic is I have a dream, and if I say I have a dream, I should clarify or I should mention the name of Martin Luther King Jr. And you know that this is an abridged version of famous speech made by Martin Luther King Jr. on 28 August 1963 in Washington, D.C., USA. In this very speech, Martin Luther King Jr. basically talked in favor of the blacks. He also talked about the manacles of segregation and chains of discrimination. At the same time, he also talked about equity and justice. He also focused on that very speech on the free society where there would be no injustice, there would be no oppression and no inequality, and all the people of that society or of the country will be treated equally. Okay. In this very speech, Martin Luther King Jr. talked about his dreams. He dreamed that even in the state of Mississippi, justice and oppression will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. Okay, and even in the state of Alabama, little black boys and girls would shake hands with the little black white boys and girls. He also dreamt that the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners would be able to sit together and they will be treated equally. Now, my dear learners, I would like to go through the text. So please look at the screen. The Negro is still not free. The first sentence indicates that the Negro are not free. They are deprived from different kinds of oppressions, different kinds of rights. Okay, so they are not free. The life of the Negro is still sadly crippled. Look at the word. Crippled means paralyzed or unable to work. You can see the meaning of crippled, unable to walk or move properly, or you can say it disabled. So the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the change of discrimination. You see the meaning, manacles, chain up, or segregation, meaning separation. The Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. The sentence is very important in the sense that we, the people of the world, basically want to go to America for changing our lot, for getting prosperity. But living in America, being a part of American society, being a citizen of the country America, these people are living in a lonely island, and they are totally separated, or they are totally detached from this material prosperity. Okay. You can see some meaning here. At first, Negro, a person of African origin with dark skin. Okay, or you can call it a black person. I have already discussed crippled. Now say manacles, handcuffs. Okay, segregation, the policy of keeping one group of people apart from another and treating them differently, especially because of race, sex, or religion. It basically indicates separation or discrimination. Now, I'd like to discuss MCQ question. Okay, you see the underlined word in the chains of discrimination. Look at the word discrimination. The word is underlined, is closest in meaning to discrepancy, limitation, affinity, variety. Okay, try to guess the answer, try to guess the meaning and find out the answer. As discrimination indicate separation, okay, it must discrepancy. So the answer is discrepancy. Now look at a short question. What do you think about the passage deals with? So we have already learned about the main theme of the passage or of the text. Okay, so you can write your answer in this way. I think that the passage deals with the racial segregation prevailing in the American society against the Negro people. Now, another question. The Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. Explain the expression in 2 or 3 sentences. So, you can write the answer in this way, but one thing we have to keep in mind that answer may vary from one student to another. So, you can write the answer in your own way, but you have to keep the link with the question and you have to maintain the meaning of the question. The USA is one of the richest countries of the world, you know, but the Negro people who are part of American society are the poorest section of people. We have already learned the matter. I have told that Negro people are the part of American society. They are the citizens of America. Okay. So it seems that they are living in a different island, isolated from prosperity. You can see 2 pictures which basically indicate the poor condition of the Negro people living in America. See these 2 pictures. Next, the Negro is still languishing meaning suffering or decaying in the corners of American society and find himself an exile. Look at the meaning, banishment in his own land. So we come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. As this is a speech Martin Luther King Jr. was basically addressing the people in front of him. So he told, we have come here today to dramatize a shameful condition, that indicates to dramatize or to depict the very miserable condition of the Negro people. Now, we are going through another question. Why is the Negro languishing in the corners of American society? What is the reason? Okay, you can write the answer in this way. The Negro is languishing in the corners of American society due to extreme poverty. You have already learned about their condition through these 2 pictures. Okay, extreme poverty and racial discrimination. Next, I say to you today, my friends, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. Look at the sentence, I still have a dream. Here, Martin Luther King started to talk about his dream here. Okay. It's a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. You know that America is a very rich and powerful country. They basically want to lead the whole world. They want to basically uh, subdue the whole universe. I should not say universe, I should say world, but uh, Martin Luther King told that their dreams, they're indicating the dreams of the black people, basically included with the mainstream of American dream. Okay, they want to make themselves the richest, the powerful, the supreme one. Oh, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up. This nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal. You know that we are created by our Supreme Creator, Supreme Almighty. But when we see some uh, separation, when we observe injustice or oppression to one group of people or section of people from another section of people, we become frustrated. And ultimately, we think that whether we are treated equally or not. But all of we know that our Supreme Creator has basically created us with equality. All the people of the world are equal. Okay. Now, look at the question. What does the speaker mean when he said, all men are created equal? You can write the answer in this way. This is a suggestive answer. The speaker, by this statement, wants to mean that all people are created equally by God or Allah. So, there should be no discrimination among the human beings on the basis of their skin color or any other features. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at a table of brotherhood. I have already given a hint uh, at the beginning of my speech. And you see that the sons of former slaves, you know, slavery was very rampant or prevalent in American society. And then the sons of slaves and the slaves were lower class. But Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed that the sons of the slaves and the sons of the slave owners would be able to sit down together, and it will be established the example of universal fraternity. I mean brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even in the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering, look at the meaning of sweltering, boiling or roasting with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, would be transformed into an oasis, meaning sanctuary of freedom and justice. So, my dear learners, you know that in Mississippi, the state was very much affected by this segregation or separation. The Negro people there were totally deprived from justice. Okay, but our hero, our leader, Martin Luther King, dreamed that even in Mississippi, the Mississippi would be free from all kinds of injustice and oppression, and ultimately it would be transformed into a shelter of freedom and justice. Okay. Look at this very little slide. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where there will be they will not be judged by the color of their skin. You look at the picture, the boys and girls are in black color. But Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed that his own 4 little children will not be treated according to their skin color or regarding their skin color. They will be treated regarding their character, regarding their ideas, content of their character. Okay. Next one, I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, look at Alabama, another state of America, with its vicious, indicating cruel or brutal racist, with its governor having his lips dripping, drizzling, look at the meaning, drizzling, with the words interposition means interfere, and nullification means abolishment, that one day right down in Alabama, little black boys and black girls would be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. Dear learners, you have already learned that Alabama is a state of America where there were vicious racists, cruel or brutal racists, and the governor of that very state would drizzle from his lips about the interposition or nullification. That meaning he basically rejected all the demands of the blacks. He basically deprived the blacks from all kinds of rights they wished or they desired to deserve. Okay. So, Martin Luther King dreamed that one day, even in Alabama, little boys and little black boys and girls would join hands, meaning shake their hands with the white little boys and girls, and they will establish an example of brotherhood. Next, I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every valley shall be praised, every hill and mountain shall be made low. Here, you have to understand that hill and mountain indicate the problems which were in the American society. The problems will be removed, the problems will be solved. So the speaker here told in this way, every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain. Again, it also indicates that the problems will be removed or eradicated. Okay. And the crooked, meaning carved places, will be made straight, and the glory of Lord shall be revealed, meaning disclosed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I will go back to the south with. That means if the speaker would say that his dream would become true, he will return, or he would return to the southern part of the country. With this faith, we will be able to hew out the mountains of despair a stone of hope. As we are in despair, we are in frustration, and this frustration will be removed, and frustration will be eradicated with the mountain of hope. And we will be hopeful that one day all this problem will be solved, all the problem will be eradicated, and the country will be united. The people would become would be treated equally, and all of them will make the country a supreme, a powerful one. Transform the jangling discord of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. So, you have already learned that Martin Luther King Jr. basically wanted to establish brotherhood between these two races, the whitish and the blackish. Okay. With this faith, we will be able to work together. That meaning, the blackish and the whitish will work together to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. That indicate all the people from black group or black section, they will work together, they will pray together, they will struggle together, and even if necessary, they will go to the jail together, and ultimately they will be free from this oppression and injustice. At the same time, they will shake hands with the whitish, and they will make the country a united one. So, my dear learners, as our time is limited, I have to make my class at the end now. But I would like to advise you, you have to go through the whole text line by line. If you want to answer MCQ, short question, and flowchart. So, when you will go through the text, you have to try to understand the theme, understand the meaning of every sentence, every word, difficult word, main points, everything. So, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Eddie.